I'm not making the same mistake twice, you guys. Now I'm like super paranoid. There you go. You see? Nice and stirred. Voila. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nelson, and yeah, it's gonna be a good one today, guys. As promised, I said that as soon as the weather's nice, I'm gonna go outside and take a little walk with you guys and a little hike, and so yeah, it's nice and sunny today. Hold on one second, let me flip this around. Yeah, it's nice and sunny today here, so yeah, guys, it's gonna be cool. Yeah, we take a little bit of a walk today, and as you can see from the title of the blog, I said I'm gonna share with you my first impression when moving to Germany, and it's an interesting one because there's so many mixed signals, but I'm gonna save that for the rest of the video, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and drink my coffee really quick, and cheers, and I will see you guys in a little bit. If this is your first time watching, by the way, please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. That way you could be notified every single time I upload a new video, a new song, anything that I'm working on, guys. I'm just gonna start posting it like crazy here because sharing is caring. So without further ado, like I always say, see you in a minute. So currently I'm stuck at a three-way road. So let's see here. We have this direction here, or we have this direction here, or I can go back where I came from, and that's kind of boring. So I have to pick and choose which one I would like to do. So I think I'm gonna go this direction. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go that way. Let's do it. Hello, guten Tag. Alright, this is pretty cool here. So what I like about this area here too, sometimes you can like pick little spots where you can hang out and stuff. And yeah, sometimes I see people out here reading books. Like they'll find a log or something to sit on. And yeah, like over there somewhere. And then they'll just have like a seat and just start like reading a book. It's like really like the way of life here is just it's just crazy. I love it. So relaxed, so chill, you know what I mean? Yeah, now we're gonna go uphill a little bit. Of course, sometimes I get a little bit nervous. Like if I'm by myself, once in a while I get nervous. Because you never know what's coming out of the bushes, you know?
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
So like that's just like my natural Bronx, New York vibe, you know, like shit, man, I hope there's nothing in the trees or something gonna come down, you know? So, yeah, I had to get used to that one. All right, I'm pulling in at another three-way crossroad here, as you guys can see. And So we got this way, which I think it leads right back to where I came from, and then I can go this way, which brings me to the open area. Yeah, that looks a bit more promising. Honestly, like I would never ever in my life walk in this shit alone at night. You'll never catch a Puerto Rican doing something like that in his life, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so now I'm gonna go find a place to sit, guys, and then we'll talk a little bit about my first impression of Germany and how that was for me. It's gonna be fun. Alright guys, so I'm just back from my nice little hike. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So yeah, let's finally jump into my first impression of Germany. Unfortunately, I couldn't record outside because there's so many people around, and so I kind of had to find a new place, and so I figured let me just go back to my place and talk to you guys on my balcony. So my first impression of Germany, I have to say from the depths of my soul, is that it felt like I was on a different planet, down to the language, just the mannerisms, the air even smelled different. At first, the vibe of the people here seemed a little bit cold, but this is how I felt at first. I learned later that they're, not so open in the beginning, but once you become familiar with the person and once you learn about the person, they're like the most open, nicest people you'll ever meet. And I even wrote a few things down just so I wouldn't forget, because there was a few good ones here that I can recall back to. Another cool thing, and I thought it was pretty cool, is obviously you go to different countries, a different currency, and the money was completely different from what I was used to. And so basically, like, every bill is a different color. For example, the one euro is a gold and silver coin mix. 2 euros is the same, just a little bit bigger. And then when you go into like 5 euros, the 5 euro bill is like this, is like really, really small. I think I have one here. Hold on, I'll show you guys on the live here. Wait. Yeah, so this is what a 5 euro bill looks like here, guys. It's really, 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 really small. Yeah, really, really small. Turn it around so you can see it. And this is a similar color to the money that we have back at home. But yeah, guys, it's basically the bigger the bill, the higher the number, the bigger the bill. So 10 euros would be like this big, 20 euros would be a little bit bigger. And then they even have like, I think 500 euro bills is like purple. So the 10 euro bill is like red. And then there's like a 500 euro bill that's purple, and then you have the 100 euro bill that's also like a light green. It's crazy. But yeah, I'll post some pictures so you guys can get a feel for it. But the bigger the number, the bigger the note. So I thought that was pretty interesting, because in the States every bill is the same size. So I thought that was pretty awesome, to be honest. And it just seemed like, play money, monopoly money. It didn't seem like real money, So I was just like, oh my God, what is this, But definitely cool observation. Another thing too, guys, everything seemed a lot smaller. And what I mean by that, for example, the roads are a little bit more narrow, especially when you're driving through these little villages, for example. It's completely different. A lot smaller. It's crazy. So you really have to be kind of skillful when you're parking, and you have to be very careful, you know, and just very conscious of what you're doing there. And so I thought that was pretty funny, how small everything is. Another thing that's really small is the, for example, you buy like a carton of milk, or a carton of juice or something like this. In the States, it's freaking huge, you know. You got these big boxy, you know, things, you know, filled with milk and stuff. But here, they're like really small, really, really, really small. And yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy. So everything's a lot smaller, even down to the refrigerator. My refrigerator is a real skinny, narrow little thing with limited space. And whereas you go back home, every refrigerator is huge, big boxy machines. You know, you have enough room for us, you know, your freezer and frozen foods and just anything you want. You can really fill up your situation in terms of food in your refrigerator. But here it's very small, limited space. And I thought that was very, 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 very interesting. Another first impression, when you're traveling, I noticed when I got off the airport, got from the airport and I got into public transportation, you basically go downstairs, you go buy your ticket, and just walk right in, yeah. But that's the thing. In the States, especially in New York, where I come from, you know, there's this gate. Where you have to feed your card and your ticket into the machine, and then they allow you to pass. So that way you're not riding for free or trying to cheat the system. Here, there's no, you know, barricade, no fence, nothing like this. You could just go buy your ticket and just walk into the train. So automatically, I'm thinking, wow, you know, there's so many people here that can easily just like not buy a ticket and just ride the train for free. And but you know, I've seen it many times, not with me personally, but I'll share a story what happened. They have these people called the train police. I call them the train police, but they're also known as like the controllers. And sometimes they are in uniform. Basically what they do is they just randomly check your ticket to make sure you don't have a ticket that's expired, or you know, you don't have a fake ticket from the day before, but you're trying to ride, you know, the train. Some, you know, a lot of these guys that have like, you know, bulletproof vests on, they don't have guns or anything like this, but they have handcuffs. So they're, you know, prepared to like handle you physically if you try to kind of fight them or whatever. I thought that was pretty crazy. And sometimes they come undercover, so they can have plain clothes, and you know, sometimes you'll never see it coming, you know, and they'll just come randomly check you and say, ticket please, fair kata, bitte, and you're just like, oh shit, you know. So if you didn't do the right thing, if you didn't make the right decision, you know, you risk getting a fine. And guys, it's really not worth it, because, you know, a ticket's like sometimes like €4 or €5, you know, depending on where you're going, you know. But if you get caught, you're gonna get a fine for like 40, 50, 60 euros, you know, just for not buying one ticket, and that's stupid, you know. But there was a situation one time. There's two situations. I'll share them briefly. The first situation was I bought a ticket. I bought a ticket. I promise, guys, I didn't cheat. I bought the ticket, and for the life of me, you know, and I didn't notice this until, you know, what I'm going to tell you now. I bought the ticket, placed it in my pocket. Everything was fine, and the next thing you know, out of nowhere, these undercover controllers come. So I'm just sitting there relaxed, and I'm like, okay, cool, I got my car. So I just started looking for it. Someone just told me to start looking for it in advance. and you know, just to have it ready, you know. And they always they started from the end of the cart, and then they were making their way, you know, through everybody to the other side of the cart, just to control all the tickets. And man, for some reason, I could not find my ticket. I could not find anything. At this point, I realized very, very quickly, holy shit, I can get a fine right now. You know, because of course they're not gonna believe you if you say, no, I bought a ticket, but I can't find it. You know, they hear this stuff all the time. You know, and so at this point, I was freaking out. They were still at the end of the cart, and I'm just like, oh shit, oh no, oh man, okay, man. And then I looked at which stop I had left. Thankfully, guys, I was at the end. We had one more stop left, and I literally got up. I went to the farthest point to where I was as far away from them as I possibly could, so I could just exit out. So yeah, that time could not come soon enough, guys. I was freaking out. Oh my god. And thankfully, there was 2 people before me that still hadn't gotten checked, and it's almost like I saw a light at the end of the tunnel, and the door freaking opened, and I was like, take me, you know. I was so freaking scared. But talk about luck. Talk about, like, you know, like really dodging a bullet there, you know. That was freaky. And that was, unfortunately, it was out of my control because I did buy a ticket. I did everything right. I followed the rules. And, you know, I still was in that position to get caught, you know, and that really sucked. Yeah. In Germany, they have this principle called the trust but verify principle. So I think that's really, really cool. That just says a lot about the culture here, how they really pay attention and take care in terms of following the rules. So I thought that was really, 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 really cool. So yeah. Another thing that was like something that I noticed in terms of first impression was, let's see, I think I wrote a few of them down. Let me just see which one catches me. Yeah, this is a good one. Being punctuality. Being punctual is very, 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 very important to the culture here. You know, I was put in situations where I was late, and you know, it's you know, the culture here, they take it as that their time doesn't matter to you, and even if you say, hey, listen, I'm sorry, this was out of my control, you know, they'll say stuff like, well, yeah, but you should have planned this a little bit better to avoid something like this. And so they really take that serious because they really take the time to plan the day around you. And so yeah, there was a few situations where I got kind of slapped on the hand, you know. But yeah, you learn this is different here. Another thing too, Germans are more planners than spontaneous people. Germans love to plan in advance, really like to take the time and plan the trip and just make it happen. And there's very, very few cancellations here. Whereas me, I'm so used to like being spontaneous all the time. And so it was very difficult sometimes to plan trips because, you know, or not trips, but just plan anything, hangouts or whatever, because nobody was as spontaneous as me. No, there's a few of them, however, that are very spontaneous, but man, you just gotta be on point here. Punctuality, and you know, kind of plan everything out in advance. So that was interesting first impression. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So another one is hospitality. Hospitality here with the people is amazing. Like really, really, really amazing. When they take you in, when you're invited over to hang out anywhere, they just take care of you. You're full, you feel good, you drink good, a lot of beer. You just, a lot of food, Würstchen, burgers. You eat good, and they make sure they see your glass empty, they top it up immediately. They're always looking, checking to make sure you're good. So, like I said in the beginning, it felt cold when I first came here, but when you open them up, when you open the culture up here, when you talk to somebody, get to know them, they end up being long-term friends, guys. Like really, really long-term friends. And you could tell they really value, and I said this in another video, they value friends and they value family here. Not that we don't in the States, but they just have a different approach here, and that's just facts. And yeah. And another thing too, and I'll end it here. Germans are very, 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 very helpful. Extremely helpful. I had a situation where my tire popped. It didn't pop. Basically, I'm gonna be honest with myself. I messed up. I was putting air in my tire, and I put a little bit too much strength, and twisting the little ball off of the tire, and I snapped it off by accident. Don't ask me why I did that, but I did it. My bad. And the air just comes completely up. So I'm like, oh fuck. So I try to close it. I try to fix everything. Long story short, there was no fixing it. And so I was just standing there. And out of nowhere, I say 5 minutes later, I'm sitting there trying to fix something, and a random older German man comes up to me. Hello, alles in Ordnung? Was passiert mit deiner Reifen, or what happened with your tire? And I told him, ich weiß es nicht genau. I don't know exactly, to be honest. Kannst du bitte gucken, was passiert? So thankfully, this guy was was some sort of mechanic, and immediately knew what I did. He says, yeah, this little piece here, you snapped it off. It's completely broken. You can't drive this car. And I was like, oh my God. So thankfully I had a spare tire, not with me that day. So many life lessons I've learned so far being out here, I'll tell you guys. And but thankfully I was only 5 minutes away from my house. So I called my friend. And long story short, I was able to grab my winter tires that I needed to change anyway, from summer to winter. But yeah, very helpful. Was there, willing to help me out, and I was really, really, really thankful for that, because again, different language, different culture, you don't really know what to say. Sometimes I can't really articulate the things that I want to say the way I want to say them, because of course it's not my mother tongue. So but I managed, and the solution was figured out. I got that situation fixed. So yeah, life lessons, life as an American living in Germany, man. That's what it is. So, but anyway, guys, I think I'll wrap it up there for this video. There's much more I can mention, but that's just kind of the ones that came to me first. I wrote them down, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the little hike that I took you guys on as well. And yeah, let's keep it going, guys. If this is your first time watching this video or having a look at any of my content, guys, listen, I'm not only doing videos about my life in Germany, I'm doing videos about my life, period. So that's going to be a mix of, my life in Germany, the food here. Like, I'll do mukbangs once in a while. Me traveling to different cities, me sharing my music with you guys. I'm a musician, you guys know that. Music is my life, and yeah, like, it's just, this channel is going to be about the lifestyle of me, and just kind of starting from nothing, starting a new life from scratch, and I'm just really excited to have you guys on this journey with me. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you so much, guys.